Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athletes.
Woo! Yeah.
Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
You better follow me.
Follow us, the BLPA, on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, coming to you live from an after draft experience party here in Savannah, Georgia. I'm here with my friend Jason in person.
Hey.
Jason, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, buddy? You look even more handsome in person.
I know. I think that your camera does not do you justice.
Okay.
You know how they say, the camera adds 10 pounds? For you, it doesn't add anything. It actually takes away from your handsomeness. And I'm offended.
Yeah.
I want to know who makes your camera, and I'm never going to buy one of those cameras ever again.
Yeah, we should do something about that camera for sure.
Yeah. Well, we got a special guest.
Okay.
From way back. Listen, when I split off, and I was like, well, I still want to do my show.
Yeah.
We're going to have to rebrand, and it's going to be probably one of the greatest names of the show ever. Nick & Co. I mean, just that Nick really set it off.
Yeah.
We got her.
Okay.
And, I mean, she has a little extra added to her name.
Okay.
You guys might remember her as Brooklyn.
Yep.
But this is now Content Girl Brooklyn. Content Girl Brooklyn, what's going on?
Hello. Thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here.
Last time you were on, I don't want to cause any disturbances. But we talked about bumpsicles, and then all of a sudden you guys were gone. So I don't know if maybe that was the catalyst to that, or.
Some people just can't handle the spotlight. I head got a little too big. I had to step away, but I think I'm ready.
You're ready?
Ready for my
lights were brighter than she thought they would be.
Well,
exactly.
I think when people they just seem I'm just a normal guy,
right?
I'm just me, right?
Yeah.
And I take it all in stride. The same with you, Jason. I mean, you've gotten some notoriety here, with the clackers and everything.
Yeah.
But we learned to deal. She couldn't. She was so young. I'm a man. I'm 40, right? And I knew how to deal with it, but Content Girl Brooklyn, not so much. But now she's back. And here's what's even crazier about Content Girl Brooklyn.
All right, tell me.
This is our first ever draft experience tonight. This is our first, the actual experience of a draft experience tonight, first one.
Yeah, but I hear she's been playing a lot of hockey recently.
I mean, I don't know. Define recent. I know she comes from a long line of hockey players.
Yep.
Weird hockey players.
Oh,
and by weird, I mean goalies.
Clearly.
Her dad and her brother, big goalie guys.
Oh.
Big goalie guys. And then she played. You played in high school, right?
Yeah, I played, I think, until I was in grade 11. So until I was around 17, and then decided to put up the skates and haven't put them on.
But you were spiking ball.
That's true. Yeah.
Volleyballs.
Still.
Yeah,
Thank you.
volleyballs.
Thank you
okay.
for
Still out
specifying.
balling.
Yeah, she was still out balling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pucking and balling,
Oh, boy.
And she
Johnny Songwriter has joined
showed
us.
up. Let's not let him distract us. We're professionals here, all right? So Brooklyn's joining. I want to ask her, even though this is kind of a bringing back the prediction show,
Yep.
I got to ask her what was her very first draft experience like.
Okay.
So Brooklyn?
All right, it was great. Great atmosphere, lots of people. It was good to, met Johnny Songwriter, sang a couple. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was good. I didn't do as well as I thought in the chug contest. I kind of powered off halfway, but, finished last. So that wasn't terrible. But wasn't picked last. So 50-50.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, the draft party, it was a good vibe tonight.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, MC, handsome as shit, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good looking.
Yes. And backup MC, also handsome as shit, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And oddly enough, I mean, Brooklyn's on Team Gengar. We're doing Pokemon theme.
Best jerseys
Best
of the
jerseys,
tournament.
for
so
sure.
Congrats to Brooklyn for that.
Woo woo.
But best D pairing
In Dex history?
In Dex history, actually, at this Dex and Dex history happening, because oddly, I don't know how this keeps happening.
Yeah. Are we on the same team?
Me and Jason, same team. High
Crazy.
five. Boom! Right there. What do you think about that, Brooklyn? It's gonna be. Don't even skate in on us.
It's not even worth it. It's
Well,
not
you
even worth
think
it.
I can skate, but
Well, listen. I think you are Canadian.
Yeah,
it's in
that's
the
true.
blood.
That helps.
Yeah.
It's in the blood, so it's almost like riding a bicycle a little bit in terms of I think she's gonna get out there and be like, oh, I'm so shaky in warm ups, but then she's gonna really
turn
pick it
on.
up. Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked about it. So what was your favorite part of the draft experience?
I think my favorite part is when your friend won his chugging contest while he was holding his child. I think that was really amazing.
We're a family show.
Listen, yeah. We will. You want to bring your kids to the draft experience?
Yep.
We're okay with that.
We are.
If you win your chug while holding your sleeping baby, we're impressed. We're not only allowing it, we're impressed.
That's our type of people.
Yeah.
And I just want to be upfront and fair. Like, just because there's kids in the crowd, I don't change the way I go about my business.
Nope.
Right? I say what I'm going to say. I am who I am.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that can change it. If you bring a baby or a kid to a show I'm hosting, that's on you.
Right.
Right?
You knew what you were doing when you brought the baby.
I mean, at the end of the day, I understand that I have a role of shaping the minds of America's youth. And I'm a very well-adjusted adult human being.
Sure.
And I think these kids are lucky
Yeah.
to hear what I have to say.
Getting real life lessons. Don't be a dick.
Don't do cocaine.
Don't do cocaine.
Don't show your dick and butthole.
Without consent.
Without consent, I don't.
That's great. 3 great life lessons for the youngsters in the
Those
crowd
are
tonight.
Listen, I'm not a religious guy, but I would imagine those are in the Bible somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Listen, I try to live my life by not being a dick, not doing cocaine, and not showing my butthole to people that don't want to see it.
Exactly.
That's how I live my life.
And
I've turned out pretty well.
I think you're a well-adjusted human being as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Brooklyn, have you ever showed your butthole to just anybody?
Can't say I have, but also this is my first draft experience. So
right. Yeah, one of my first ones, I fell asleep at a urinal. So we all do things sometimes that we regret.
We make questionable decisions, but
sure.
they're the decisions that were made.
Right.
And that's what shapes the fabric of the community that we're building.
Exactly.
Falling asleep at a urinal.
Yeah.
Showing buttholes. Just all of that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, we just have woven that stuff into the fabric of the BLPA.
For sure.
And I, for one, proud as fuck of it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Brooklyn?
huge fan of your work.
Big BLPA.
Big
girl right
BLPA.
Oh yeah, huge.
And before we get to the predictions here,
Okay.
I mean, one prediction is already known. Like, it's basically written in stone.
Yeah.
It's fate. God dang, this is some good tunes I got going on.
They are crushing the jukebox right now.
Are they just? Is the playlist Crush This Jukebox?
They were just like, we saw a man. He's 40. We're gonna play Goo Goo Dolls and Matchbox 20 and Linkin Park. And
can you imagine?
Let me just tell you, it's working.
Can you imagine if Wonderwall is next? Oh my!
We're gonna lose it.
I mean, we're gonna stop this podcast and we're gonna sing it and we're putting it out and we're probably gonna get a record deal.
Probably.
You know. So, other than us written in the stars being the best defensive pairing ever that Dex has ever seen, something else is happening this weekend. It has happened.
Oh boy!
And I think it needs to be written down in the annals, the annals of BLPA history.
You got to be careful with pronunciation.
Consensually in the annals of history. I, myself, being a gentleman and a scholar and just the type of man that I am,
sure, I
took Brooklyn. I was her first this weekend.
Okay.
Brooklyn, would you like to expand on what the first was that I was? Get your minds out of the gutter.
She looked real confused and concerned for a minute, but I think she's got it.
She knows what she signed up for.
Yes.
All right? We talked about bumsicles for fuck's sakes.
That's true. Yeah, I lost my Waffle House virginity this morning at 11 a.m.
Yep.
That's a good time to lose it.
It is.
Right in the middle of the day.
I mean, because you're aware. You know what you're getting into. It's not like I could have taken her when she was drunk.
Sure.
But then you start feeling bad that you're like, oh, did I really take advantage of her where she was drunk and do something that she didn't want to do?
Right, because if she has it when she's drunk, she might think she likes it when she really doesn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Then 20 years down the road, she might say that wasn't, and then be mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I was able. She woke up, and I was very gentle, and I said, Brooklyn, is this something you want to do? Are you okay with this? And she was.
I consented.
Yeah.
She consented, and you enjoyed, right?
Yes. Almost all of it.
I hear that all the time.
It's weird.
It's always just almost all of it.
Almost all of it. Which, I know. I feel good about that. But I did do her dirty. I mean, I some tricks. Some tricks I played. I do have some tricks when I'm doing my thing. And she asked for it.
Okay.
And I was going to tell her, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You do not want this.
But you want it to be a learning
But
experience.
I wanted her to really get the full effect
Sure.
of what I was giving her.
Yeah.
and she ordered the grits.
Oh.
And when it was happening, I was like, I know where this is going. Like, I'm from the South. I've had grits before.
I'm from the South also.
Yeah.
And I also don't like grits.
Yeah, I don't like them, but
Yeah.
I knew where it was going. And
Yeah.
from Canada, I had to let her go down her own path.
Yeah.
I had to let her make her own decisions,
Yeah.
right? And she did. And what was your thoughts on?
I at first didn't know what it was. Always heard about it, saw it in the videos, but when I actually tried it, didn't know what it was. Didn't love it. Wasn't a huge fan. Probably would not do it again.
No.
You got to be careful
understand
doing
them.
things you just see in the videos. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can't just jump into what you see in the videos.
It's hard to get a read. Those people that are doing those videos, professionals
for sure.
And we are not.
Right.
We are at this, but
Yeah.
at that,
Yeah.
we're not professionals. And so, I'm glad that I was your first Waffle House. You'll always remember it. I'll always be a part of your life, no matter where our lives take us. We'll
That's
always
really special.
We'll always have this, and maybe 20 years down the road, we haven't talked to each other in, I don't know, in a while, and we're both thinking about that first time, and we'll probably call each other and say, "Hey, I remember you."
Yeah.
You know.
That's really beautiful. Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
But Waffle House was great. I mean,
Okay,
you
good.
can never go really wrong with Waffle House.
No.
How
like,
do you fuck up waffles and bacon?
You don't.
You
I mean,
can't.
you could burn them, but they don't.
But
They don't.
they burn them and then they take them back and make them again.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're
right.
not going to say, "Oh, sorry, we burn them." Fucking eat them.
Yeah.
they're not going to do that.
They're going to bring you unburnt for sure.
So I'm a big Waffle House guy myself. I would actually like to make enough money on this podcast. And listen, when I say make enough money, I say patreon.com / the BOPA.
Yep.
Maybe even OnlyFans us.
Yeah.
Now that we're out here, slinging meat at Waffle House, maybe we can get into that, or you just donate to it. We're trying to get Jason paid.
Yeah.
But second of all, we're going to take that money and we're going to roll it into a Waffle House franchise in Canada. It's going to be, they don't have them in Canada.
It's
and
going to do really well.
It's going to take the Canada by storm.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, if we put a Waffle House in there, all the NHLers will come eat.
Isn't weed legal in Canada?
100%.
So yeah, people that smoke the weed love the Waffle House,
100%. 100%.
and for good reason.
Yeah, and I want to be frank with you. I know this conversation I'm about to tell you does not have anything to do with the conversation that Brooklyn and I had earlier about me being her first.
Okay.
But you know what else is legal in Canada?
What's that?
Selling sex.
Oh.
And,
Okay.
and not just
So
selling.
are we doing any tournaments up there
but listen,
soon? Or
here's the hard part about it.
for the Waffle House. I mean.
Like I did this, and Brooklyn, if I'm going too far, you stop me. But I don't mean this. This is the same example I used in the car with you. Okay, let's say Brooklyn's a prostitute. She's not.
Oh, okay.
But if she was,
I'm a
following.
content girl. I'm a content girl.
yeah, content girl Brooklyn. She would be classy. So let's say she's $400.
Okay.
That's an
that-
hour.
is
That's
that
an
a
hour
lot?
with Brooklyn. I don't know, but it
Okay.
sounds like. I mean, I'm not paying $400 for
No.
an hour that's a couple minutes. I'm
No.
not. But some people
I'm not
do.
going to use nearly the entire hour.
But anyway, so say she's $400, right?
Yeah.
And she comes to me and says, "Nick, if you want it, it's $400."
Yep.
That's legal. That
Okay.
is legal.
Okay.
But if after I was propositioned, say, "Okay, Brooklyn, sounds great. Here's $400.
$400.
I'm doing the illegal act.
Oh.
So you can sell it, but you
can't
can't
buy
buy
it.
it. And that blows my fucking mind.
It's weird because it's the same way in Tennessee with fireworks. You can sell them, but you can't buy them. 100%. That's true.
Why?
What?
So in Tennessee, you can sell fireworks on July 3rd, 4th, and 5th,
Okay.
and December 31st, January 1st, and January 2nd. So they give the two major firework holidays and the day before and the day after,
Okay.
but you're not allowed to buy them.
At those times?
It's kind of a gray area. The law states that you're not allowed to buy them. Now, there's stands where you can go buy them, but technically it's against the law.
You know, it's like in Oklahoma, you can buy them. Like, that's no big deal. But if you buy them and then drive to another state, now
light 'em off.
you're a felon. No, even if you just have
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Like,
Transporting
now you're
across state lines.
Yeah.
Federal.
And that's federal. That
Yeah.
RICO shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So fireworks, sex, Waffle House. That's what this podcast, this should be.
If that's not the name of the title for this podcast, I don't know what is.
Fireworks,
Sex,
sex,
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
That's we
Three of my
nailed it.
favorite things.
three of them. Love them. I love all those things.
Yeah.
So, about back to what this podcast was really supposed to be about.
Let's get back on track.
Sex. We're going to talk about the draft and where we haven't done a prediction show in a while.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's hard to do a prediction show when you just like you text me, you're not there, and you're like 1742.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not as fun.
Right.
So basically, Kate, if you're out there listening,
Yeah.
I know you like the sex talk. I know that's your bag. But we're talking about tournaments, and I'm going to need Jason to come more.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way the show works.
Right.
And if we want to get Jason paid,
Which
we
we
got to
do.
keep putting more content out. That's why we got Content Girl Brooklyn, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to rate the teams on where we think they're going to finish.
Okay.
Gold. So you have a gold game winner.
Yep.
Gold game loser.
Yep.
Silver game winner.
Yep.
Silver game loser.
Yep.
Bronze winner. Bronze loser.
Yep.
Okay. And the teams that we have here, we have probably the most handsome team.
Yeah.
Gratina.
Yeah.
That's us.
It's not really close.
That's not even a debate. Like
Yeah.
no one's even questioning it. There's
Yeah.
like, yep, they're
Yeah,
there.
there.
And then we got Gengar, which where Brooklyn is.
Yep.
We have Mimikyu, whatever it is.
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu. Okay.
Like they mimic. He
They
mimics.
mimic,
things, so
mimics. He
Mimikyu.
mimics cues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
And then we got Duskull. Okay.
I think that's right.
It looks
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
DU Skull.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Duskull.
Duskull.
Okay. And then we got Dragon Nuts. And what's that? What's the last one?
We're missing a few.
Mars Blades. I don't. Those are
Yeah.
actually hockey things.
Yeah.
But we have those guys.
We have Pokemon.
We have Pokemon, but here's what happened. It took so long to get to 6 teams that our last few jerseys didn't get here in time.
Right.
So they're
But
wearing,
shout out to that team because those 2 teams are gonna get 2 jerseys.
Yeah.
They get the ones that we have here for
and
them
they're
as-
cool.
Yeah.
Clubber Lang
Yeah. Great.
and an Oklahoma one. We can't go wrong with
Yeah. Tornadoes or something, right?
Naders.
Naders.
That's what we call them back
Okay.
home in
Naders.
Oklahoma. I mean, you
Got it.
should know. I mean, you're almost.
Tennessee's like the second Oklahoma for tornadoes.
Well, I mean, Kansas would be the second.
Okay.
So you'd be like second tier.
Okay, yeah.
Second tier.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
one
Yeah.
tier. Yeah. Okay. And Brooklyn has seen a couple of tornadoes in Alberta, but it's like windstorms.
Oh,
Like when
okay.
they go, like they're like F1s.
Oh.
Right. So it's like it's
Pussy
just
shit.
like a little windstorm. So
Yeah.
you work out there, like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. You know what I'm
Not
talking
not
about?
shit where you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I gotta go get in the basement because my house is about to get blown away.
Yeah, and but okay, we're off topicing, which is
We're
fine,
freeballing.
which is cool. We're free. This is how we do shows. We
Yeah.
free ball. But if we were getting paid, we'd be way more
We'd be
organized,
way more
organized.
scheduled. It'd be great.
In Oklahoma, when tornadoes happen, it's like an event. Like you watch the news,
Yeah.
and like we had like drinking games based on
Oh.
like tornado coverage, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But in Alberta, when there's a tornado, there's nothing. They don't even say there's a tornado. That's
They
how
just-
weak they are.
Yeah.
Like you just get something across the screen that says tornado, and it
Okay.
doesn't even tell you where it is. You have to kind of guess.
So
It's just-
Canadians don't really know what tornadoes are actually like. Is what you're saying.
No. But there was one wild story I heard when I was selling timeshares in Branson. This is a true
That
story.
one time?
This is a true story. There was a guy that left like Oklahoma, Kansas area in tornado season, and he went to Canada and fished for the spring and fall so he would get away from tornadoes. And then one of the few tornadoes that ever killed someone killed this guy in Canada. And it's true. That's a true story.
That's
I
some
should
irony right there.
I should expand on it and actually look it up, but that is a true story.
Okay. I like it.
Okay, so back to the prediction show. So let's start with the bronze.
Okay.
The bronze medal game. And here's the hard part. Usually we base this off goalies.
Yeah.
It's hard for Brooklyn because this is her first time.
Yeah.
She's shooting in the dark.
Yep.
But I think that's why we do this, because everyone says we rig it for our teams to win. Jason's literally won one. One in all the
In
all
like
years.
in like 4,000.
Yeah.
I'm like 1 in 4,000.
I mean, I've won a lot, but I go to a lot.
You go to like all of them.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it's a little different.
there's like a 50% chance to win a medal at a tournament, and so
Right.
when you have those odds,
You're gonna.
you're gonna win some, right?
It's
I'm
just how
sorry, that's
statistics
not,
work.
Yeah, and guess what? I don't give a shit about winning them either. Just so everyone knows, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd rather not win, so
To-
people don't say it's rigged.
To be fair, you could just give yourself a medal whenever you want.
To be fair, I got a shit
You
ton of
got
medals.
so many
I mean,
medals.
I can open so many beers with the medals that I have, and I'm pretty stoked about it. So we're going to start off with Brooklyn here.
Okay.
Shot in the dark Brooklyn. Content girl Brooklyn here. Are you offended by any of the stuff we've talked about? Or
No.
you just kind of, okay.
Just no.
Brooklyn, I mean, she's a married woman. I hope Brett's okay with it. I mean, I like Brett, so it's kind of... Brett, are you going to listen? Brett's not going to listen to this.
No, he's not.
He's not a podcast guy, right?
No, he's
Okay.
not. He's a.
He also does-
shout out to Brett anyway.
Shout out, Brett. He doesn't like
Yeah.
deviled eggs, so negative shout out.
Ooh.
How do you not like
Ooh.
deviled egg, right?
I don't
He
like
doesn't-
deviled eggs either, actually.
Yeah, no, he
Negative
doesn't
shout
like
out.
deviled
But
eggs.
me and Brooklyn love
Oh,
deviled
yeah.
eggs.
Love some deviled eggs.
fuck.
Big fan.
You would think more... Off topic again.
Here we go.
You would think more restaurants would have deviled eggs on the menu, because I would I've never made them, but everyone says they're so easy to make. So you think like just restaurant people would just have? That would be my appetizer every time I went out is
Okay.
deviled eggs.
Well, so shout out to the restaurants to start doing deviled eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Negative shout out Tim for not getting these jerseys
Yeah.
here. All right.
Tim.
Who do you think is going to be in the bronze medal game, and who do you think is going to win it?
So that's the bottom two teams.
Bottom
Correct.
two. Bottom two.
I think definitely my team will be in the bottom 2.
Gengar, okay.
Yep.
Gengar.
This is a good. This is a good strategy. She already knows the strategy.
Yeah.
To lowball herself.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the ones that are Pikachu but aren't Pikachu.
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu.
I think
They
they'll-
mimic cues.
And
okay,
who's gonna win?
Mimikyus.
Who's gonna win that one?
Probably us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
bronze. That's a good one. And is there any reason why that you think that that's where we're going?
Just didn't want to shoot high if I
Okay. Yeah.
shoot medium.
So it's like instead of shoot for the moon, and even if you fail, you still land amongst the
the
stars.
stars.
You're
Mhm.
like, we just fucking suck, and if we don't, that's
Shoot
a
for
good
the
one.
ground, and
Shoot for
if
the
I
ground.
land
And I'm not.
a
I can't
few
go
feet
any.
up,
And I
it's
can't go
great.
any lower.
Yeah.
You know. Cool. Okay, Jason. What are you thinking?
So I was actually gonna pick those exact 2, but
Okay.
I'm gonna change it up now.
Okay, I like that.
I'm still gonna have Mimikyu as last.
Okay. Is this because Sideshow Bob or
Yeah.
Jukebox Jim or whatever his name is?
Songwriter.
Jimmy Songwriter.
Jimmy Songwriter.
No, Johnny Songwriter.
Johnny.
Johnny
Songwriter.
Songwriter.
Yeah, I think Johnny Songwriter had too much of a good time tonight,
And he was a player.
and now
that-
is playing.
And
goalie.
now is a goalie.
So
it's-
I got Johnny Songwriter and Mimikyu finishing last, but I'm gonna have them losing to the Mr. T team.
Clubber.
Clubber.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Dragon Nuts.
Yeah, Dragon Nuts.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually a good one. I was all. I mean, it sounds like we're picking on Jim Bob's show or whatever the fuck we're calling him. It sounds like we're picking on him, but we're not.
Sideshow Bob.
We're not. We base our stuff off goalies. And when a guy doesn't sign up as a goalie and then says, "Oh, I guess I can play goalie if we need goalies," you have questions.
Yeah.
Frank would never do that.
No.
Frank would never do that.
And Frank's pet peeve is when they say who can play defense, and a guy says, "Oh, I can play defense." He's like, "No, you either play defense or you don't play defense. It's not you can." That's even more so with goalies. You're either a goalie or you're not.
Yeah.
There's no like, "Oh, I can jump in and
Yeah.
put pads on." Probably not.
Yeah. So I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And so rip Mimikyu.
Rip Mimikyu.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry guys.
Dead last.
But I'm just trying to think of who. Dragon Nuts is a good one too. I was going to have them losing silver actually
Okay.
to Mars Twister, whatever the Oklahoma jersey is.
Okay.
I think they're going to win the bronze.
Okay.
That's my one.
Okay. So you got Mimikyu losing to the Twisters.
Yeah, to the Twisters.
Okay.
Okay. And then since I already kind of revealed my silver,
Yep.
I've got Clubber in there versus us,
Okay.
Giratina.
Okay.
And the only reason I think that is because I think you're going to throw a game to get us to the silver so you can win a medal. And there's nothing wrong with that. People like medals.
That sounds like me.
That sounds like exactly like some. I think you're going to have a points game,
Okay.
but what's going to happen is like that first game on Sunday, it's like, okay, if we win, we go to the gold. And if we don't, we go to the silver. You're just going to be like, well, I'm setting her down.
Okay.
I'm saving myself for the chip. You know,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what I think. That's what's going to be. So,
Hey, that's solid prediction on what feels like some pretty good research, honestly.
hey, I don't get bad intel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't. I do not. So,
All right. So I'm gonna have Gengar winning against the Twisters
Okay, that's pretty good.
in
That's
the silver
pretty
game.
good. Okay. You already said it, so you can't go back.
Yeah.
Lolo said they're going to be in last place. So,
Okay.
you know, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I'm throwing Lolo under the bus. I love Lolo.
Yeah.
You love Lolo.
We all love Lolo.
You'll love Lolo.
Yep.
But she threw her team under the bus, and I'm offended for her team that
Yeah.
now she has to play with when she basically said we're the worst team.
Yeah.
Ever.
And
Yeah.
listen, I'll remind her of that when I'm giving her silver medal on Sunday.
Okay. Brooklyn.
I think it's going to be the Twister team, and then who's the other one that didn't get the Pokemon jerseys?
That's Clubber.
Clubber. I
Okay.
think they're going to be in the silver, and I think the Clubber team's going to win.
Okay. Clubber
Silver.
team.
Yeah.
Shout out Clubber team. That was actually self-proclaimed the best Dex team in history. It's not true, but they said that when they swept Philadelphia. But they said it so much that then they put themselves in a bash and they took most team and got smoked. So it's just the way it goes sometimes, you know.
I'll be sometimes.
All right. So gold left. So who I've got left is Dew Skull
Yep.
and who's the other team I have left?
I think it's
No, I said Gengar,
Yep. You said Twisters.
Dew Skull, and fuck's sakes.
Mimikyu? No, we have Mimikyu last.
We have Mimikyu last. Yep.
who's the team, the baby team that kept chanting baby.
Oh,
I think they'll win.
Ross.
that's Dew Skulls.
Is that Dew Skull?
yeah.
I mean, fuck, we're not very good at this gold
Oh,
stuff.
I know who I have left.
Okay, you go.
So
Hit me.
I have us
Giratina.
and Deuce Skulls left.
Okay.
And I've got us winning the ship, baby.
Okay. Okay.
I'm shooting for the moon.
That's big. That's because you don't normally hit that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're usually I don't think we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
But this time I got us winning it.
Okay. Okay.
Same two teams, but opposite.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I got Deuce Skull. Did I already say Clubber? I didn't say Clubber.
You didn't say Clever. That's who's left.
Okay. So I think just to make it different. So that way if I win, I'm leading in the points here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Clubber
Over Deuce Skull.
over Deuce Skull.
So we all have Deuce Skull in the championship. That's
Yep.
the only one that we have same in the championship. Although
Yeah.
you have them winning. No.
I have them losing.
Brooklyn has them winning.
Yeah.
We have them losing.
Okay.
And then we all three have Mimikyu.
We all
dead
three.
last.
We all three. And here's the best part about that. What's probably going to happen is it's going to be right, but flipped. Like
Yeah.
Mimikyu's going to win the whole thing.
Right.
It's just the way it works, and I think that's why I like doing this.
Yeah.
Because we're never right.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to. We don't win anything. But eventually, when we get one right, I'm going to buy us medals.
Okay.
and we're going to just really go at it.
Okay.
Right?
Prediction medals. I
yeah.
like it.
So, is there anything about this draft that maybe set it apart from other ones that you've done?
I felt like the crowd was into it in this one.
From the very first.
Yeah. So I know you say it a lot when you're emceeing, and I try to repeat it as well when I'm emceeing. We can match the energy of the crowd, and when the crowd, right, and when the crowd is low, it is very tough for us up there doing the emceeing because you're not getting that energy back. So when you're not getting that energy back, it's hard to push more energy back to them because there's just none there. So shout out to this crowd.
Shout out. Big shout out.
Because like you said, from the jump, they were into it, and they were into it
The whole time.
They
never stopped.
When you have to tell a crowd to back up more than once, which we did like 10 times,
Every
that
time.
means they're into it.
Yep.
They all wanted to be up front. They all wanted to be in the bullpen. They all wanted to be in the pit right up front. And although we needed to move back sometimes, it was still good to
You
get
still
that
like
energy.
it. You
Yeah.
I don't like having to herd drunk cats, but I like having to herd them.
Yeah.
You're right. That means that they're on their game.
Yeah.
And this was actually one of the few times where I didn't want to take a break.
Yeah, because it was going so well.
I didn't want to kill the momentum, but to their credit, they came right back in the momentum.
They didn't
We did not.
skip a beat.
I mean, I want to pat us MCs on the back for creating that, but we didn't even have to create because, like I said, I opened it up with, "Hey, welcome to the 2024 Savannah Draft Show," and it went crazy, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
Yeah.
I know this
It's
is going to
gonna
be a
good
good
time.
night,"
Yeah.
you know. So, and I said that in the mic. I let people know, and so if you come to these things, you give it to.
Yeah, bring the energy.
I don't like yawning.
Yeah, it's not fun.
In the middle. I'm like, next up, I don't like that, right?
Yeah.
So, so Brooklyn, what did you like? You came like you were a blank slate. You didn't know. You were a little worried.
Yep.
I mean, you were a little worried. What did you feel was like the best? Like, what did you really like? What did you say? Oh, that's really cool.
I just like how the whole setup of everything is. It just is fun. You get to a little interactive, get to watch everyone chugging. You get to chug, and it just the atmosphere is electric.
Ooh.
Oh,
electric.
All
I
right.
like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so as the first timer that like came in, maybe there's people listening to. I mean, I don't know if there's people that have never come that listen to us, but I would assume. I mean, a lot
Right,
of people
sure.
listen to us, right?
Yeah. Get shared on Facebook. Somebody sees
What
it.
What would you say to these people? Because, like I said, you were a blank slate. You had no clue. You just knew me, like you,
Yeah.
you know. And so, and her dad's played in Austin, so maybe he told her what was going on. But what would you say to these people that are like, I'm unsure if I should go or not?
Everybody is just so welcoming. I obviously only knew Nick coming in, but I talked to so many people. So many people had awesome things to say about the whole experience. Made a bunch of new friends. You're leaving knowing everybody on your team, and just super excited to do the rest of the weekend. And yeah.
Are you a little bit offended that Lolo said your team was going to be the worst? Or, like, are you going to hold that against her?
I don't think so. I don't know much, and she seems very knowledgeable. So I am a drunk cat that's being heard.
Oh, okay.
Herded.
Yeah.
Heard.
Okay. And since we're speaking about Lolo, I don't want to put too much shine on Lolo and not mention Becky, because
Okay.
Becky's great too.
Shout out to
Skull.
Becky.
Shout out Becky. But even bigger shout out to their best friend Sue.
Yeah. Shout out Sue.
But even bigger, even
That's
bigger,
like
bigger
seven,
shout out.
removed from Kevin Bacon kind of thing.
Yeah, well, even bigger is I want to shout out Bill because I know Sue's listening to this in bed with Bill.
Bill's probably sleeping.
And, no, Bill's trying to.
Bill's trying to get busy.
Bill's trying to get busy. Bill's trying to
And
go to Waffle House, if you know what I'm saying.
And
so,
Sue's like, not right now. I'm
it's-
busy.
Well, you know, why do you have to do them at different times?
Yeah, do it.
Why
It's
can't?
probably because we turned Sue off, and so that
No,
probably
I
makes it tough for.
I don't know because she's listening to us because she enjoys us.
Oh, so maybe we're turning her on.
Maybe I think so. Like I think that we.
Sue, if there's anything we can do to help, in our podcasting, let us know.
I mean, I think we've done it before where we just kind of walked Bill. We kind of walked Bill through.
Wait, we walked Bill through?
Through.
What is this? The blind leading the blind?
Exactly. But it worked, I think.
Okay.
Because Sue's still listening. Bill had a goofy smile the next time I saw him. And I think, so
Okay.
in turn, maybe we're turning Wild Man Bill on too. I don't know.
Oh.
But that's just what you have to think about when you're.
Well, Bill, if there's anything we can do to help out,
Yeah.
let us know.
I mean, if you want us, if you need us to send material of us,
We can-
we can do custom material.
Let's talk OnlyFans.
We do take commissions.
we
all right.
do.
Brooklyn, are you in on these commissions too?
She's
She's more of a
That
behind.
looks like a
I'm
hard
behind the
no.
scenes.
That looks like a
Behind
hard
the
no.
scenes.
She's more behind the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, I'll get
so-
your good angles.
Oh yeah, she's definitely
That's
an
easy.
expert on the angles.
That's
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, there's not a bad angle here,
it's
bud.
all good.
Not a bad one. So other than that, that's the prediction show.
Yep.
I don't know if this is going to be the full podcast. Maybe we'll do another one while we're getting tatted up.
Okay, because we are getting
We are
tatted
getting
up.
tatted up.
Yeah.
At first I was just joking. I wasn't going to
I
get a tattoo.
screenshotted the text message just in case
Yeah.
you came here saying I'm just joking.
At first I was just joking. I was doing it as a bit, right? But bits become reality.
Sure.
And now it's like, if Nick doesn't do what he says he's going to do, how can we trust
Right.
him?
Is he a man of his word or not?
And I'm 40. I'm a man, and I think that I now I have to. I don't even think I have to do
You
it.
gotta do it.
For my credibility.
Yeah.
Because if I'm nothing if not a man of my word, and so I'm going to
And
do
I respect that.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going to do it yet. It's just that we're freeballing. That's what we do.
Song on right now. It's Yellow Card. I used to play hockey with their lead singer. Shout out Yellow Card.
Shout out Yellow Card, big Yellow Card guy right here.
Yeah, big
Hey,
Yellow
maybe he
Card
can
guy.
come on the podcast.
I'll try.
You'd be like, hey, remember when we split? Now we do a podcast all about it.
Yeah. He's a beer leaguer,
But
so
Is still in Nashville or what?
probably yeah. I can get his number for sure.
Yeah, let's get the number
Okay.
and let's call him.
Okay.
You know what I really want to do? I've been having dreams about this, and I've talked about it on the podcast before. I really want to start cutting people from beer league teams. Not my team,
Right.
but just for other people.
For a fee.
Yeah, or free, because it sounds really
Or just for
It
content.
sounds really fucking like I would feel bad cutting people at first.
No.
but then I'm like, no, now it's funny.
Yeah.
because
There's
now,
some guys that need to be cut.
there are some guys that need to be cut, and we are the guys that need to cut those guys that need to be cut.
Exactly.
Right, Brooklyn?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I just think like from two guys that are as established in the industry that we are,
Yeah.
I think that it just kind of softens the blow too. Like, okay, well, I did get cut, but it was from Nick and Jason.
Right.
I
It
don't
feels
know what
better.
it is. So,
Yeah. We'll be gentle like you were with Waffle House.
We'll take you right to
Brooklyn.
Waffle House,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
All right?
We'll be super gentle.
So I'll go to Waffle House. I kind of want Waffle House right now. I do.
I could do Waffle
I
House.
could do Waffle House. Brooklyn, anything to add as we lead? I mean, I know we've kind of taken our liberties with. I didn't really ask her permission if I could say this stuff, and if she tells me that she doesn't want it on,
You're gonna have to cut it out. But maybe she probably won't listen.
no, she does listen.
Oh, okay.
They-
Brett's not gonna listen.
Brett will
Brett's
not.
not going to listen. No.
And you know, to be honest, I really don't think Brett would care.
No, he's pretty chill.
He's-
Except when it comes to deviled eggs. Then
Yeah.
he gets real riled
Oh,
up.
okay. Well,
There's also
you got to be a man that stands up for something.
yeah.
And if deviled eggs are it, deviled eggs are it.
Passionate
Yeah.
about his
Yeah.
You
hatred.
got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. You know,
That's it.
it's the old song, Aaron Tippin. So anything? Wait, is there anything else he doesn't like,
He doesn't like mint flavored anything
or lemon?
or lemon flavored.
Ooh.
Not a mustard guy.
Mustard is awful.
Okay.
Worst condiment on the planet.
Ever?
But mint and lemon,
But wait,
both refreshing.
Wait, why is mustard the worst condiment ever?
It smells bad. It tastes bad. There's nothing good about mustard.
But like, what about honey mustard?
I like honey mustard. You got to
Okay.
sweeten that shit.
Okay, so you
But-
just don't like mustard.
Yeah, correct.
What about like Grey Poupon?
No.
I never even had it, but I remember the commercials.
Yeah.
You know. Huh. Interesting.
So shout out to Brett for hating mustard.
We should, you know, what, next pod, maybe not the podcast in Savannah, but we should rate condiments.
Okay.
Like, what is your like most favorite? We won't rate them all, but what's like
Ketchup.
your? Really?
It's the most versatile.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, like, you could say, well, if you're eating this, obviously ketchup might not be the one that I
Yeah.
prefer, right? But the most versatile, the one I'm going to use the most, I go through a bottle of ketchup like every month.
Would you consider barbecue sauce a condiment?
Yes.
Barbecue sauce is good.
Barbecue sauce. Solid.
There used to be a place
And
at Oak.
the thing about barbecue sauce is lots of varieties.
Lots.
And so you could get into a whole ranking system for barbecue sauces.
Yeah. We know there's actually this is I know you hate mustard, but there's like a mustard style barbecue
and
and
it's
really
good.
It's really
It's
good.
good.
It's
Listen,
really good.
Things that mustard are in other sauces are generally good, but
Gotcha.
mustard by itself,
Not good.
no bueno.
Yeah. I got that. Like there used to be a place in Oklahoma called Home Run Sliders, and it had a ketchup bar. And it had like 28
buddy.
different kinds of ketchup.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's around anymore, but maybe when we start a Waffle House, we just put a ketchup bar in there.
I used to mix my ketchup with my sweet and sour sauce. It's a
That's-
solid combo.
That does sound pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird how we went. This podcast is kind of. I mean, this is what we do though. But
Freeballing,
it's just
baby.
kind of weird. I'm thinking back on what I need to wrap up on the final conclusion here, and it's like I don't remember everything we talked about because we've had so many arcs.
Yeah, I mean, but it's all good stuff.
I mean, people are gonna like it.
Yeah.
I think. I think people are gonna like Content Girl.
Sue
Brooklyn.
definitely is going to like
Oh,
it.
and Bill
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Content Girl Brooklyn likes it. It's
Yep.
good. You
Yep.
good on this content?
I am okay.
She's on
I'm
board
all
with this
right.
content.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's also going to come to Japan,
Oh,
I think,
Mhm.
to do some
Let's go.
to do some content.
Yeah.
There's not a Waffle House in Japan.
No.
There is.
Lots of different foods, though.
Yeah, there is Taco Bell.
Oh, all right. Exotic.
I've eaten
Do
there.
they
Yeah.
have Taco Bell in Canada?
Not a lot.
You know what? It's weird. They used to have more, and then they just started shutting them down for whatever reason.
But
So I know
why?
there's like one off 16th with a KFC,
Yeah.
one off 32nd with a KFC, and one in like the outlet malls up north. That's the only like
Yes,
Taco
yeah.
Bells I know.
Negative shout out to
I know.
Canada for not having
But
enough Taco
they're
Bells.
not nearly as good though.
Oh.
They take out Canada.
It's probably because they make them use like real meat and shit, right?
Yeah, it's like Canada wants to be healthy
Yeah.
so bad,
Yeah.
and it's just it doesn't work well with their
Give it
food.
up, Canada.
Give it
Jesus.
up. But I will say their McDonald's burgers,
Good.
because they do like use 100% Canadian Angus
Oh, okay.
Mm.
in like their Angus quarter pounders, and they are bomb.
Okay.
They are bomb, but they also cost like $16, so it's kind of
But
you
Canadian dollars. That's
yeah, but
like 30 cents.
That's still it's still a lot of money in Canadian dollars.
okay.
But it's like this: you can have the good tasting stuff that's expensive, or you can have those McDonald burgers that last for like 37 years
Without
and it's
changing.
$1.
Yeah.
That's why they're $1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. So, okay, Content Girl Brooklyn. Anything you'd like to add in conclusion? Would you like to shout out anybody?
Shouts out to Janine, who's part of Muscle Mummies.
We should talk about this for sure.
Yeah. So feel like she deserves a shout out for doing tippy toe push-ups.
Oh.
Big
Big.
big
Can you-
accomplishment there.
Can you tell people what the push-ups is all about? Because it's weird because she mentioned it, and then I was like, someone just messaged me last night and asked me if I want to do this. So that's kind of weird that you would mention it. But
Yeah, it's a push-up challenge. You have to do 2,000 push-ups before February 23rd to raise money for mental health. I'm not doing the fundraising, just trying to push up.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Somebody at the party tonight said that they thought I could do 50 tippy toe push-ups.
Yeah.
So shout out to that guy.
that was me.
Oh, shout out to Nick.
It was me.
Yeah.
And I want to be honest with you. I'm not taking a stand on anything. I am Switzerland in this
Okay.
kind of stuff. But I was like, well, I'll do those push-ups with you, Brooklyn. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do tippy toe push-ups because I got bad shoulders. But I've knocked out 28 already today.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's pretty. Like, if you just do it in chunks of 10,
Yeah.
you're fine, right?
I could probably even do 15 at a time.
I did. I did 16.
Yeah.
I did 12 this morning, and I was like, I'm going to push myself
Yeah.
the next time we get down and do some. And I went to 16, and I'm pretty proud of myself, really.
Okay. Maybe
was
I'll see how
impressive.
many I can do before bed tonight.
Here's the only problem, though. I got to hit that 2,000, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I'm going to procrastinate. I'm going to.
No.
And if I procrastinate and wait till the last second is February 22nd, which is my birthday. I don't want to be spending my whole fucking birthday doing push-ups.
Yeah, I'm going to be on a cruise next week, so I don't think I'm going to hit the push-ups, the
But
2,000.
you can get right down there and just...
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
just
just
quick.
Basically, we got, 20 days? So it's 100 a day?
100 a day, bud. You could do that for sure.
All right, all
Like
right.
even if you break them up into tens, you
Yeah.
just got to get down, and because tens only take you like 10 seconds, 15 seconds at that,
Okay.
right? Like do like in between your game, like there's 30 right there. Like you have 3 games tomorrow.
I'll
30.
do them before puck drop, like on the ice.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're bringing them in. Yummy mummies or whatever. Muscle
mummies.
Muscle
Yeah,
mummies. Okay.
yeah.
Shout out Janine. Big
Shout out Janine.
Here's what I found out: if you shout people out and then tell them you shouted them out,
They listen.
They listen,
They listen.
right? And then they probably share.
Yeah.
So that's why we're shouting out so many people,
Shout
because we're
out
trying to
Michael
get them shares.
Cosentino and the whole Cosentino family.
They Patreon.
Yeah.
They
So
get double
def-
shout outs.
definitely
They
shout
double
out.
shout outs. Maybe they still do. I don't have it. I don't know. Maybe.
We're
But
gonna shout them out either way.
we're going to shout them out. But those are our predictions.
Yep.
We're having a blast here in Savannah.
We're gonna come back for the after show
Why we're getting tatted.
while we're getting tatted. So more content to come.
More content.
Maybe in this. Maybe I'm gonna stop talking here, and then you're gonna just hear the next bit of the
Well,
content.
I'm just going to put this out today.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm going to go home and just
So
edit.
we're giving you something to look forward to.
We're giving you something to look forward to. This is they call foreshadowing.
Okay.
Right? Cliffhangers.
Yeah. Cliffhangers.
Leaving people wanting more.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
I always leave people wanting more.
Always.
Never
Very
enough.
lacking. Except when I take them to Waffle House.
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't enough. I gave them too much, actually, at Waffle House.
Yeah,
So
had
that's
to
the way
walk
it goes.
away.
Had to walk away. What are you going to do? They just couldn't handle it all.
Yeah,
What are you going to do?
That's how it is sometimes.
All right. Well, that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything to add, Jason?
Nope.
You can find us everywhere. The BLPA. Come play hockey with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
do that.
we're in Savannah. We're going to all these places. We have BLPA bashes. We're going to Italy. We're going to Scandinavia. We're going to Japan.
Come to Omaha. That's where I'll be next.
Come to Omaha, bud.
Yeah, I'll see you in
It's-
Omaha.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Omaha is actually referred to by some people as America's Japan.
Yeah.
So it's so if you guys will just come on down to America's Japan in Omaha, get you some steak, some wagyu,
Wagyu.
some faux wagyu.
Yeah.
Had to be careful. I was saying that because I almost just put an F at the front. I did not want to do that. I did not want to get canceled tonight.
No.
All right. But other than that, good. We're all good.
Good.
Good to go. All
Yep.
right. Be good or be good at it.